What's up, guys? This is Ian, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our draft analysis for Season 1 of the PCL, or the Pokemon Championship League. This league is owned by my good friend Magic Blades and my other good friend Derpy, both of which are coaches that I compete against in the Super Amazing Pokemon League, or SAPL. This is a showdown league. This was a tiered draft. The only new and exciting thing being that we drafted specific Z crystals, so that was something to add. It also added another round of drafting, so the fact that the first pick was the first pick also meant that they were now the last pick instead of the last pick being the last pick of the draft. So we were seeded 10th out of 12, which was not great. I would have liked to have been up higher to grab some stuff that I got sniped on, but it was fine because we were close enough to the wheel that we got a decent spot there. I know the people in like 5th and 6th, 5, 6, 7 kind of get screwed. I guess 4 through 8 kind of get screwed. 4 through 9 maybe kind of get screwed every draft because they're like in the middle, and so they don't get to necessarily grab the picks they want. So since we were 10th, we went off, and I had a plan going into this that I wanted Victini and Blade. Blade sniped me on the Victini, which will come back to bite him later, but it bit me in the ass right away. So Victini's off the board from Blade, I think at like 5. I think he was 5 or 6. Blade was 6th, I think, and I was 10th. So he picked it a little bit before me, but I was mad that I didn't get Victini. So I just went with the next idea that I had, which was a sand core. So I picked up, well, actually, there we go. I picked up Excadrill. Excadrill's really, it's the best sand sweeper in the entire game. It's a really good round 1 pick because it's a really good physical attacker. I love that it's the beginning of my Fairy Dragon Steel Core. It's also a great ground type as well, so I don't have an electric weakness. It is weak to fire and ground and water. So yeah, Excadrill, his nickname is going to be Drillby this season because I like the idea of the hat Drillby, like a Drillby hat. It's kind of what the reporters used to wear in like the 1920s and stuff like that. And Excadrill is drill, so yeah, that's Excadrill. So then we were 10th, and we came around, and I managed to grab my Sand Setter in Tyranitar. I mean, I'm not really... Oh, okay, Sandstream sort of moved itself over there, but I'm not sad that I got this. I am drafting a slow team at this point with base 88, base 61, but obviously Excadrill is like, what is that, base 160... Base 176 when it's in the sand that Tyranitar gives to it. So, like this, I'm heading hard on the attack side at this point. I didn't think I was going to get sniped on Tyranitar necessarily, but it is the best sand setter. The only other thing I could have drafted that would have been a better sand setter is potentially Mega Tyranitar, but Mega Tyranitar was a tier 1 Mega, and I have a plan going forward that lets me grab a tier 3 Mega so that I can grab better free picks later. So yeah, that's Tyranitar. Tyranitar's nickname this season is going to be Lyra, and it'll be a female, because I just like that idea. That's pretty much it. So going in round 3, here's where Blade's Victini snipe bites him in the ass, and I grab Primarina from him. Pretty glad that I got Primarina at round 3. This starts my my Firewater Grass Core. It also adds to my Fairy Dragon Steel Core, so now I have the Steel and the Fairy. Primarina is a very hard-hitting special attacker. I mean, you kind of see it run the same way, like either Assault Vested or Choice Specs. It does get the option of Aqua Jet. I know its attack stats kind of like average, but that's an option there. It does get some priority. It's the first priority on my team. It might be some of the only priority that I have on my team. Oh no, I've got a little bit of priority there. So that's kind of neat from Primarina's side. I'm really excited to use Primarina. It's a great water type. It's a reasonably bulky water type too. So grabbing Primarina, I was gonna grab Suicune with my next pick. which ended up staying on the board until the end of the draft, actually. But I was going to grab Suicune here, and I decided not to. I was skipping my tier 2s because I know I was going to grab a bunch of tier 2s later based on my Mega plan. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. It's like the middle of the day. Yeah. So I was going to grab Suicune with my next pick, but I ended up not doing that. I ended up going and grabbing my other tier 3 Mon, which is Salazzle, grabbing another offensive Pokemon. I've been pretty offensive with my draft so far. This adds to my Fire, Water, Grass core, so I now have Salazzle Primarina for that. It's the first thing I've drafted this really fast, which is kind of a trend for the rest of my draft, is that I drafted a lot of slow power early, and now I'm going to draft a lot of fast stuff later. It's another good special attacker, so I have 2 good physical attackers, 2 good special attackers at this point. A good poison type is always nice. The fact that it can toxic or poison like steel types with corrosion is really cool, and poison types as well, I believe. Corrosion works on that too. Wow. Base 117 is a really odd speed tier that's hard for people to prep for because it's faster than base 115s. And there aren't a ton of base 120 pluses, so that's really cool. And now I kind of got... Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention that Primarina's name is going to be Pish, as in Pish Posh, and Salazzle is going to be named Samantha. I got a little ahead of myself here, and I might not have made the best drafting choice on this one, while I still had a bunch of other options on the board. But I wanted to grab this because it's power. It's pure power. I grabbed Entei, which was... I think Raikou was gone by now, so it was the other legendary dog that I really wanted was Entei. I didn't really plan on drafting Raikou anyways, so I was cool with Entei. Entei's nickname is going to be Pompeii, and it'll be shiny, just to throw people off. You want to make it shiny just so they think you have Sacred Fire, even if you don't have Sacred Fire, and just so they think that you have to be adamant, even if you're not adamant. Like, it obviously doesn't work that way anymore, because you can get shiny Entei in Gen 6. That's pretty much Entei. Another fast Mon at base 100 is my second fastest at this point. And yeah, that trend's going to keep up. So now I wanted a good tier 4, and I'm not a huge fan of Mons in tier 4 in the first place. There's a lot of cool stuff down there, but in my mind I wanted to grab this so that no one else could grab it, so I ended up grabbing Ditto. Ditto's a pain in the ass to prep for. It's really annoying. And teams cannot set up on you if you have Ditto alive. Like, they can't, because then you just win the game against them. Like, essentially they have to plan for your team and plan for their own team so that they don't get counter-swept by a Ditto. So, Ditto having base 48 across the board is totally irrelevant because you just run Imposter anyways. And it's typically run with a Choice Scarf, maybe with certain IVs to make it so that your Hidden Power turns into like Hidden Power Ice or something. There's kind of neat tech prep with Ditto, but it's mostly the same thing every single week. The fact that I even have this drafted just makes it so that people can't bring setup. I know Frost has like Frost has Manaphy on his team, so obviously he can't just like set up a Tail Glow with Manaphy while my Ditto's still around, because then I just counter sweep. If he's got Energy Ball, then I just counter sweep. Otherwise, it's a problem because Ditto doesn't copy the base HP stat of the Mon. So Manaphy has a base 100 HP stat. Ditto has a base 48. Ditto has a base 48 HP stat, so obviously Manaphy's Surf is going to be hitting harder than Ditto Surf. That's Ditto. That's pretty much Ditto. Ditto's going to be named Zoroark just because I think it's hilarious. Mostly because actually, you know what? I might nickname it like Excadrill. Or, yeah, something like that. Or like Drillby, but with like a capital I instead of an L, just to throw people off. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how we'll work that. So the next Mon I grabbed, I had sniped from Mortal. I had a couple Mega choices going into this round. There were 2 Tier 3 Megas that I was looking at, and this is the one I really wanted because I have quite the big ground weakness up to this point, and I need to patch that up. And so I technically sniped this from Mortal, but I've had this plan since round 1 going. So I grabbed Mega Pidgeot here. The Burb, the fast Burb, hard-hitting special attacker, really fast Mon, base 121. It will end up being the fastest thing on my team, I believe. Which is, I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, obviously, if it's base 121, you don't have to speed creep. Oh god. You don't have to run max speed against teams that don't have something that's faster, or the same speed or faster. So I'll probably never end up running max speed on Pidgeot, which is really good because it lets me put some bulk investment in there to leave hits a little better. Mega Pidgeot's like relatively frail. It's actually got like decent defenses. It's pretty average, like 83, 80, and 80 is pretty average. But no guard Hurricane is disgusting with 135 base special attack, so you're gonna see this thing hit some Hurricanes. That's all I'm gonna say. We are gonna be naming Mega Pidgeot Spam for Burb Spam, and it will be a shiny male Mega Pidgeot. The next thing that I grabbed, I ended up sniping from Blade again. Somebody sniped me on something in here somewhere, and I can't remember what it was a second time. I think Blade sniped me twice. Oh yeah, no, I remember what it was. Yeah, I remember what it was. So we'll get to that in a sec. But so I do end up sniping Blade again, and I grab a Alolan Persian from him. So Alolan Persian's attacks are like meh. It's kind of a decent setup sweeper with Nasty Plot, Technician, HP Fire, and stuff like that. But what I really wanted it for was good momentum. So like Alolan Persian can, you know, get a really fast parting shot off, and then I get fast momentum into something else. Potentially like Mega Pidgeot or something. Something frail while their attack or special attack is lowered from parting shot. And then it either gives me free setup or a free double switch because they are forced to switch out now that their attack or special attack has been lowered. So that's the thing. Obviously that's not very good to use against Defiant Mons because they get 2 boosts to their attack. So I have to watch out for that. But that's Alolan Persian. Alolan Persian is going to be nicknamed Siamese. That's pretty much it. Next up, we finish off our Fairy Dragon Steel Core. I was surprised this was still on the board. I don't know if this was a snipe against Blade, but Blade loves using this Mon with Victini too. So I ended up grabbing Salamence. Salamence is really cool. I'm trying to pick it up in League of Extraordinary Trainers right now. It's got 2 amazing abilities. It's a fantastic physical attacker. It's actually a really good special attacker too. It's a perfect Choice Scarf sweeper. I have a team in OU that I use where Salamence just cleans up every single game. I love Salamence. Salamence is going to be called Destruction. And then my next pick was... oh goodness, I hope it was this. Yeah, my next pick was Raichu. Another potential snipe on Blade in quotations because he loves using Raichu. Raichu is just a really good fast electric type. It gave me that I needed. Salamence was another ground immunity, but Raichu's another ground weakness. So at the moment, I think we're sitting at 5 ground weaknesses and 2 ground immunities right now. Which is like, well, you know, I'm kind of weak to ground, but at the same time, I can deal with it potentially properly. So that's what Raichu's here for. Another fast Mon, base 110. You've noticed our last Mons have been Mega Pidgeot, base 121, Alolan Persian, base 115, Salamence, base 100, and Raichu, base 110. So our speed tiers are going, like, really high. We also have a lot of diverse speed tiers going on right now. I don't think we have one identical one yet. 88, 61, 60... 117, 100. Oh yeah, we do. Entei and Salamence, I think, are the only 2 that have identical speed tiers here. So it makes it so that people have to decide which ones to speed creep, you know? So, or if they're giving up bulk for it, it all plans out. This next round, I ended up grabbing my Z Crystal, and this is what Blade has sniped me on. I think Ground EMZ would have been really good on this team. Could have potentially had like Z Bulldoze on Entei, Z whatever on Excadrill, Z Earthquake on Tyranitar. I think something gets Dig on my team. Z Dig Raichu, potentially Z Earthquake out. Salamence. Like Ground EMZ is so good on my team. But I did have a backup plan, and I ended up grabbing Rock EMZ. This is kind of like the second best option in my mind. I know someone had pointed out they thought I was going to go Fire EMZ with Salazzle and Entei, which actually would have been decent as well. Potentially with the Z Fire Blast Salamence or something like that too. I think Tyranitar gets Fire Fang or Fire Punch or something like that, so that could have potentially been an option. I didn't even think about it. I think Kate had already grabbed Fire EMZ by now too, So I was really mad that I didn't get Ground EMZ, but I got Rock EMZ, which works on Extral, works on Tyranitar, works on Entei, works on Salamence, and I'm pretty sure Lowland Persian gets some sort of Rock type coverage. I'm not entirely sure on that. That's our Z Crystal, and then last but not least, we grabbed our last tier 2 in Superior. I'm really happy to get Superior. Again, it's another really fast mon. Its attack stats aren't the greatest when you look at them, but when you combine that with Leaf Storm Contrary, this thing's a monster. Like, you get a +2 special attack boost with one Leaf Storm, which is a base 130 move, right? And then you just keep stacking onto that, and it's a really fast mon. I love Superior laddering, and I think it's going to be really cool. This also finished out our Firewater Grass Core, finally, like, actually cementing that. I did have a backup plan if Superior got sniped, and I was going to grab Breloom. Obviously not the fastest. It would have given me a fighting type, which I lack actually, and it would have given me the grass typing. It's a good technician user, some more priority and Mach Punch and Feint and stuff like that, which Superior obviously doesn't give me, but yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, I totally skipped over the nicknames. Salamence is going to be named Destruction, Raichu is going to be named something. To be noted later, I have an idea for this, but Magic drafted a Alolan Raichu, and we sort of want to like combine our nicknames. So it's like a cute duo sort of thing going on. And Superior is going to be named Defog ? Based on the leaks that we have for Ultra Sun and Moon, that Superior gets Defog. I don't think it makes sense that this snake gets Defog, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, so that's pretty much the draft. This is our new Ladner Lanturn logo, by the way. It's pretty sick. Thanks, shoutouts to Chrispy for that one, and LET. He made this for me. So, yeah, overall, we have kind of average stats. I like the way that our team's going. It's very hyper offensive. We're in the like top 5-ish for attack and special attack stats, and then we're actually number 2 in speed. We're only two average speed points behind Starvin Pig and the Wellington Ho-Oh. They have an average of 96. Our average is 94. Which makes sense because I picked up all these base 100s. And turns out Ditto is holding our average speed back with its base 48 stats, which literally doesn't matter because it just transforms anyways. So you could say we have the fastest team in the entire league. If Ditto was base 70, then we would be tied for the fastest team in the entire league with an average stat of base 96. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some good matches in PCL. And I will see you guys for our first match of the PCL. We're taking on the Magic Blades and Houston Dynamo, my good friend Magic. He's also the commissioner, one of the commissioners of the league. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, see you guys later.